Have you ever felt like your morning walks aren't helping like they used to? That was precisely how 72-year-old Martha felt. For months, she woke up early, laced up her sneakers, and walked faithfully around her neighborhood. Because that's what everyone says, right? Just keep walking, and you'll stay healthy. But instead of feeling stronger, Martha noticed her knees aching more each day. Climbing stairs became harder. She felt stuck. No matter how much she tried, her body was quietly slipping away. If you've ever wondered whether walking alone is enough, you're not alone. Many seniors, like Martha, discover that after 60, our bodies need something different, something smarter, something that doesn't just move your feet but rebuilds your strength, balance, and energy from the inside out. Today, we'll uncover 5 powerful exercises, all scientifically proven, that are even better than walking for seniors over 60. Simple, safe, and profoundly effective. And best of all, you can start them today. Let's begin. You don't notice how important your legs are until you struggle to stand up from your favorite chair. Martha's husband, George, never used to think twice about getting up. For decades, standing up was effortless, a movement so automatic it barely registered. But now, at 74, something as simple as rising from the sofa had become a small battle. His knees creaked, his legs trembled. Sometimes, he even had to push off with both hands, sighing as he stood. This quiet struggle is far more common than people realize. After 60, our muscles, especially in the legs, naturally weaken, a condition called sarcopenia. Studies show we can lose up to 8% of our muscle mass each decade after 40. And while walking is helpful for overall movement, it doesn't truly rebuild the deep strength our legs need to support us. You see, mainly walking works your endurance muscles, but doesn't challenge the powerful quadriceps, glutes, and stabilizers that control standing balance and protection from falls. That's where the chair stand comes in. A simple, safe, but powerfully effective movement designed for seniors. Here's how it works. Start sitting upright in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Cross your arms over your chest if you can. Or place your hands lightly on your thighs for balance. Slowly lean forward and rise to a full standing position, then gently sit back down with control. Do this 10 times, once or twice a day. Don't underestimate how this small exercise rewires your muscles. Each repetition strengthens your thighs, hips, core, and posture muscles. Over time, you'll feel steadier, lighter, and more confident, especially on uneven ground or when climbing stairs. Common mistakes to avoid: don't use momentum. Move slowly and steadily. Don't let your knees cave inward. Keep them aligned over your feet, and always use a chair that won't slide or tip. George started small, just 5 reps a day. After a few weeks, not only did his legs feel stronger, but something else beautiful happened. Confidence returned. He no longer feared falling. He moved with dignity again. Because here's the truth. Strong legs aren't about vanity. They're about freedom. The ability to rise, to move, to live fully. And as we'll see in the next part, rebuilding strength is only one piece of the puzzle. Let's move to the next vital exercise, one that protects your upper body, your posture, and even your heart. It's not falling that injures most seniors, it's the inability to catch themselves when they do. Sandra, 68, loved spending time with her grandkids. But one afternoon, as little Ellie darted across the living room, Sandra reached out to stop her from tripping and almost lost her balance. She felt her arms buckle slightly, her shoulders strained, and in that moment, a quiet truth whispered, "I'm not as strong as I used to be." While many seniors focus on leg strength, we often forget how vital our upper body is for daily life. Reaching for shelves, carrying groceries, and steadying ourselves during a misstep. But traditional exercises like push-ups on the floor or lifting weights can feel intimidating, especially for aging shoulders, wrists, or joints. That's why the wall push-up is such a game changer. It's gentle on the joints while powerfully engaging the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Unlike walking, which does little for upper body strength, wall push-ups directly rebuild the muscles that help prevent injuries when life throws us off balance. Here's how Sandra began. She stood facing a blank wall, feet about 2 feet away, hands shoulder-width apart, palms flat against the wall at chest height. Slowly, she bent her elbows, bringing her chest toward the wall, keeping her body straight, no sagging hips or arched back. then pushed back to the starting position. 10 repetitions, once or twice a day. It may look simple, but don't let that fool you. This small motion rebuilds functional strength, the kind you need to steady a grandchild, reach into a cupboard, or even prevent a fall. Common mistakes to avoid? Don't place your hands too high or too low. Chest height is ideal. Keep your body aligned, resisting the temptation to bend at the waist. Move slowly. Quality matters far more than speed. As weeks passed, Sandra noticed something wonderful. The slight shoulder aches she once felt began to fade. She carried grocery bags with ease. Most importantly, when Ellie stumbled again weeks later, Sandra's arms held firm, steady, and strong. Because upper body strength isn't about lifting heavy weights. It's about reclaiming confidence in daily moments. Now that we've rebuilt the legs and awakened the arms, it's time to address another silent danger that walking alone can't fix: your balance. And that's where our next exercise comes, one that may save you from serious falls. One wrong step can change everything, but a straightforward habit can help you stay steady for years. Frank had always been steady on his feet. At 79, he prided himself on his independence, still driving, shopping, and visiting his friends every weekend. But one rainy afternoon at the grocery store, his foot slipped just slightly as he reached for a can on the bottom shelf. It wasn't a significant fall, but enough to shake his confidence. From that day on, Frank found himself walking slower, gripping railings tighter, and avoiding busy sidewalks altogether. And like many seniors, he learned that balance isn't something we fully appreciate until we lose it. After 60, balance quietly erodes. Not because we're lazy, but because our body's ability to sense position, called proprioception, weakens with age. While helpful for general movement, walking doesn't fully challenge or retrain these balancing systems. That's where the heel-to-toe walk comes in. A simple exercise that retrains your brain, muscles, and nerves to work together again. Here's how Frank started. He found a clear hallway at home, standing tall with his arms slightly out for balance. Carefully, he placed one foot directly in front of the other, the heel of his front foot touching the toes of his back foot, and slowly walked forward for 10 steps. After a brief rest, he repeated this twice a day. At first, Frank wobbled a bit. That's normal. But within weeks, his steps grew more confident, his reflexes sharper, his fear of falling slowly faded, replaced by quiet assurance. Common mistakes to avoid? Don't rush. Take slow, controlled steps. Start near a wall or sturdy surface for safety. Keep your eyes forward, not down, to challenge your inner balance system. Why is this better than simply walking around the block? Because heel-to-toe walking mimics the narrow footing and controlled balance required in real-life situations, like stepping off curbs, navigating tight spaces, or avoiding obstacles. For seniors like Frank, mastering balance means more than staying upright, preserving freedom, dignity, and independence. And as we continue, there's another layer to building lasting vitality, one that gently supports your heart and circulation, even when you can't go outside. Let's move into the next exercise that helps your heart stay young. Your heart doesn't need marathons to stay strong. Sometimes it needs a little rhythm from your favorite chair. Eleanor had always been active. She loved gardening, baking for her grandchildren, and chatting on her front porch. But after her mild heart attack at 70, things changed. Her doctors urged her to stay active. But long walks left her breathless, and she feared pushing herself too far. Like many seniors, Eleanor faced a frustrating dilemma. How do you keep your heart healthy when your body has limits? That's where the seated march became her perfect solution. As we age, gentle cardiovascular exercise becomes crucial for heart health, circulation, lung capacity, and brain function. But unlike traditional walking or aerobics, the seated march removes the strain on joints, hips, and lungs while offering a healthy cardiovascular boost. Here's how Eleanor started. She sat comfortably in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, back upright. Then she lifted each knee one by one toward her chest as if marching in place. At first, she aimed for 1-minute sessions 3 times a day. Though simple, this movement gets the blood pumping, warms up stiff joints, and lightly works the hip flexors, thighs, and abdominal muscles while protecting the back and heart. Common mistakes to avoid? Avoid leaning backward or hunching forward. Stay tall and controlled. Don't swing your legs too fast. Slow, steady lifts are most effective. Breathe naturally. Never hold your breath. Eleanor noticed small victories within a few weeks. Her legs felt lighter, her morning dizziness less frequent, and her energy lasted longer into the afternoon. Even climbing the porch steps no longer felt like a challenge. Why is this better than walking for some seniors? Because it allows controlled, low-impact cardiovascular exercise, especially valuable during bad weather, joint pain flare-ups, or recovery periods. For Eleanor, the seated march wasn't just a physical exercise. It became a daily ritual, a moment to care for herself, to feel her heartbeat strong and steady, and to rebuild confidence one step at a time. With the heart gently reawakened, we turn to perhaps the most powerful practice of all, one that connects mind, body, and breath in ways walking never could. Let's explore the ancient art that keeps seniors balanced, calm, and vibrant: Tai Chi. Sometimes the gentlest movements carry the deepest power to heal both body and soul. Harold, now 75, used to chuckle whenever he saw small groups of seniors practicing Tai Chi at the park. "That's for people older than me," he'd joke, sipping his coffee. But as the years crept forward, so did Harold's stiffness. His back ached, his shoulders tightened, and his sleep grew restless. One morning, as he struggled to bend over and tie his shoes, Harold realized that maybe I needed something different. Tai Chi, often called meditation in motion, is an ancient Chinese practice that blends slow, flowing movements with focused breathing. While walking works the legs and heart, Tai Chi activates something even more profound: coordination, flexibility, balance, and inner calm, all at once. Harvard Medical School calls Tai Chi the perfect activity for lifelong well-being, especially for seniors. Studies show it can reduce fall risk by up to 47%, ease joint pain, lower blood pressure, and improve cognitive function. Here's how Harold started. Standing on his back porch each morning, he followed a simple 10-minute beginner Tai Chi video. He moved slowly, raising his arms like gentle waves, shifting weight from one foot to the other, breathing deeply with each motion. No rush, no strain, just a peaceful flow. At first, Harold wobbled. His arms felt awkward, his balance uncertain. But week by week, his muscles learned the rhythm. His breath deepened, his posture straightened, and gradually he felt something he hadn't in years: lightness. Common mistakes to avoid: don't rush through movements. Tai Chi is about slowness. Focus on breathing deeply with each step and shift. Allow your weight to transfer fully with each motion, not jerking or freezing. Unlike many exercises, Tai Chi isn't about reps or sets. It's about reconnecting with your body, listening, adjusting, and moving harmoniously. For Harold, Tai Chi became more than exercise. It became morning meditation, a space where his mind calmed, his stress softened, and his body rediscovered its natural rhythm. And that's the quiet magic. While youth may celebrate strength and speed, true longevity comes from physical and emotional balance. Having rebuilt strength, balance, heart, and calm, one final question remains: how do you turn these simple habits into fundamental, lasting transformation? In our final part, let's explore how one small step today can create a stronger, freer you tomorrow. The journey to strength doesn't begin with giant leaps. It starts with one small, simple step. You see, Martha stood up from her chair without struggle. George felt steady as he climbed the stairs. Sandra caught herself with strong arms when little Ellie stumbled. Frank walked confidently through the grocery store, no longer fearing missteps. And Harold? Each sunrise found him moving gracefully in a quiet rhythm, his breath calm and steady. Their stories aren't rare miracles. They're simple choices repeated daily. Because after 60, the game isn't about extreme workouts or chasing youth. It's about reclaiming control. One chair stand, one gentle march, one breath of balance at a time. Science shows us that even small, consistent actions can rebuild muscles, sharpen balance, ease anxiety, and strengthen the foundation of long, independent living. And the beauty? You don't need fancy equipment, expensive trainers, or even to leave home. All you need is to begin. So here's my challenge to you. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Don't wait for the perfect time. Right now, at this very moment, choose just one exercise from today's 5. Stand up and do 10 chair stands. March gently from your chair. Walk heel to toe across your living room. Place your hands on the wall and feel your arms awaken. Or follow a simple Tai Chi video and breathe into calm. And when you do, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and type 1 if you started today. Your action may inspire someone else who's still hesitating. We're in this together. If this video has helped you, please consider subscribing and sharing it with someone you love. Because at any age, 60, 70, or 80, it's never too late to write a stronger, brighter chapter. Age counts your years, but you decide what those years mean. Let today be day one.